This is question number 31, part 4 of solving paper 2 of May-June 24, variant 2. Question 31. Which oxide is used to neutralize acidic gases in flue gas desulfurization? Flue gas desulfurization is a technique in which we remove removal of sulfur from the hydrocarbons, because sulfur is present in the hydrocarbons as an impurity, and when sulfur burns, it produces sulfur dioxide gas, which is harmful. So which oxide is used to neutralize it? Sulfur dioxide is an acidic gas, is acidic oxide. So obviously, to neutralize an acidic oxide, we need something basic. So out of the options, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon dioxide, they all are acidic. Only the calcium oxide is basic. So calcium oxide is used to neutralize sulfur dioxide gas. Question number 32. Some information about three gases P, Q, and R is listed. What is gas R? Now, which gas is this? Gas R. Gas P forms when magnesium reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid. Gas Q makes up 78% of the air. Gas R forms when gas P and gas Q reacts. Now, gas Q makes up 78% of the air. This is really easy. 78% of the air is occupied by nitrogen. Gas P forms when magnesium reacts with hydrochloric acid. When magnesium or any metal reacts with any acid, it forms salt and hydrogen gas. So Mg reacts with chlorine, 2 molecules of HCl to form magnesium chloride, plus hydrogen gas comes out. So here it will give hydrogen gas. And when nitrogen and hydrogen combines, nitrogen plus hydrogen, it will give ammonia, NH3. 2 and 3, and that's a reversible reaction. And the manufacture of ammonia is through the Haber's process. So the answer is A. Which formula represents an alkene? Now, as for the alkene, these are all molecular formulas. Now, for the molecular formula, we have to know the general formula, which is CnH2n for alkene. So which formula it fits this general formula? Is it CH4? No. Is it C2H4? Yes, it can be, because if we take NS2, then hydrogen 2N, C2, it makes C2H4. C2H6, no, this is alkane. It's propane, and this contains alcohol OH group, so this is obviously not the answer. The answer is B. Structures of two compounds used to make an ester are shown. What is the name of the ester? Now these are the two compounds. The first one, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 carbons with the carboxylic group in the end. So the compound is propanoic acid. As for the second compound, you can see that there are 2 carbons and there is alcohol group in the end. So this compound is ethanol. When propanoic acid and ethanol combines to form an ester, then the alcohol name will change into yle. So ethanol will change into ethyl, and this propanoic acid name will change into propanoate. So the answer will be ethyl propanoate. A, option A is correct. Which statement about a homologous series is correct? Now for the homologous series, there are some properties or characteristics of the homologous series. The elements which belong to the same homologous series, they have the same functional group. So all members have the same general formula. This is correct because if they are from alkanes family, then all the alkanes have the general formula CnH2n plus 2. And if they are from alkenes family, then all of them have same general formula CnH2n. If they are from the alkynes family, then CnH2n minus 2. If they are from alcohol family, then CnH2n plus 1 OH. So like this, if the compounds belong to the same homologous series, they all will be having same general formula, where N is the number of carbon atoms. All members have the same molecular formula. That's wrong because it depends upon the carbon number. The carbon number changes, the molecular formula also changes. All members have similar chemical properties. No. Sorry, physical properties? No, because their physical properties increases as the carbon number increases. Members show a trend in their chemical properties? No, they don't show any trend in physical properties. The chemical properties are same because of the same functional group. So the answer is A. Question 36. Which statement about aqueous ethanoic acid are correct? Now, ethanoic acid is an organic acid which makes it weak. It's a weak acid, so it dissociates partially. It partially ionizes in water. So it contains the functional group COOH. That's correct because ethanoic acid is a carboxylic acid and it has COOH. It reacts with carbonate to produce hydrogen gas. No, it produces carbon dioxide when it reacts with carbonate. It turns universal indicator blue. No, it has pH lower than 7. Yes, because it's acid. So 1 and 4 are correct. Alkenes react with steam in an addition reaction. Some alkenes produce only one alcohol product. Some alkenes produce two different alcohols which are structural isomers. So some alkenes produce only one alcohol. Some alkenes produce the isomers, two different alcohols. Which row gives the number of alcohol isomers formed when ethene reacts with steam and when propene reacts with steam? Now ethene is C double bond O, C double bond C, and hydrogen. This is ethene. And for propene, it is like this. This is propene. So when ethene reacts with steam, it forms only one isomer because one OH attaches with one of the carbon. So it gives only one isomer. But as for the propene, the OH group, the hydroxyl group, it can attach on the second carbon, and in the other isomer, it can also attach on the first. Also get attached on the first carbon. So the OH, the hydroxyl group, it can be attached with the second carbon to make 2-propanol, and OH can also be attached on the first carbon to make it 1-propanol. So we get two isomers in this case with propene reacting with steam. So the answer is B. Next question. What is an advantage of manufacturing methanol by fermentation rather than by the addition of steam to ethene? Now the advantage of measuring ethanol by fermentation is that fermentation uses renewable materials. In fermentation, the renewable raw material is glucose or sugars. From the sugars, under the influence of yeast, the sugars undergoes decomposition and it forms ethanol, which is C2H5OH, plus carbon dioxide. So the sugars are renewable resource. So this is the advantage of manufacturing ethanol by fermentation. Next question is about polymerization. The diagram shows the structure of a polymer. This is the polymer. Which structure represents the monomer of this polymer? The monomer. Okay. Now for this one, you have to see the repeating unit. What is the repeating unit here? As you can see that the polymer is made from the carbon chain. So carbon chain, lots of carbons are linked with each other. It means that there is no linkage of the functional groups, like condensation polymerization. In condensation polymerization, they are the linkages of the functional groups. For example, there is ester link, there is amide link. So these linkages are not present. It means this is simple addition polymerization with carbons linking with each other. So the monomer should be carbon double bond carbon. So see, these two carbons are linked with each other. Then these two carbons. See if the same thing is coming again, is repeating itself in the other monomer or not, in the other repeating unit or not. And on the first carbon, there is CH3 and H, and same is repeated in this carbon, H and CH3, and same is repeated in this carbon, CH3 and H. Similarly, for the second carbon, you can see that there is one H and C double bond O and H, COH. Same thing is attached with this carbon, H and COH. Same thing is attached with this carbon, H and COH. So it means this thing is repeating itself. So we have to see the same structure, same thing as a monomer with the double bond between the two carbons. So this will be with COOH, like there will be C double bond O. We have to see the C double bond O. On one carbon, H and CH3 should be attached. On the first carbon, H is attached, so no. On B, CH3 is attached, no. On one carbon, there should be one H attached and one CH3. Okay. Here in C, there is one hydrogen attached and one CH3 attached. It might be the answer. For part D, you can see that there is one hydrogen and one CH3. It can also be the answer. Let's see for the other carbon. For the other on the other carbon, there is one hydrogen and there is COH attached. So we have to see on the other carbon in C or D. In C, there is a hydrogen and COH attached. And on the other hand, there is something complicated attached on the second carbon. So D is not the answer. The answer is C, because that's the repeating unit. They just made it in the horizontal way. And here they are attached in the vertical way. C is the monomer. Next question. Which piece of apparatus is used to measure 24.5 centimeter cube of gas produced during a reaction? So 24.5 centimeter cube, it's a fixed volume. Firstly, it's a fixed volume, and for the fixed volume, we can either use pipette or we can use a measuring cylinder. And for this much amount, for 24.5, we will use measuring cylinder. We will not use pipette for this measurement, which is in decimals. For the volume in decimals, we cannot use pipette for that. For the decimal one, we can use measuring cylinder. It gives us the accurate result. So that's the whole paper. You can watch the previous videos to see the previous questions.